You know what opponent's in front of you, you know what time you can take.
So we go four 3-minute rounds at what on the programme is down at super lightweight, but Colqhoun weighed in at 156 pounds for this. So it is just a rush shedder.
Yeah, I think I sparred Chico. I think Nigel's bring Chico down and sparred me once. So if it's the same kid, I'm sure I've sparred him.
Yeah. Colqhoun coming back a year out of the ring, also coming back after 2 defeats. You know, he was a bit of a touted prospect, but then he came up in a step up against David Barnes. He came up a bit short, and then he got out hustled, I think, over like 6 rounds against Ryan Fields. So he'll just want to get back on the winning track, won't he?
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's how you got to come back. You know, when he had his time out for a reason, and he's come back now. He's probably got the bit between his teeth for that. I done the exact same thing. You know, when you get knocked like that, there's no point in boxing if your heart's not in it. Obviously, he's gone back out, had his rest, and now he's got his heart back in it. Now he's back, and hopefully we see the best Chico.
It was the first time I ever saw Colqhoun. We were at the Echo Arena, and I watched it back on Sky because it was the most spectacular knockout I've ever seen in person. And the Sky presenters were doing a little bit to camera, and he bounced Leigh Naylor's head off the canvas just as they were introducing what was coming up. And he's never quite got that explosiveness back.
You know, he shows that he's got the power though, and you can't, like we all used to say about Mike Tyson and stuff like that, it don't matter how old he gets and slow, the power never leaves him. And if Chico's shown that power once before, I'm sure he's got it in them hands again.
Got Nigel and Kelvin Travis in his corner. Nigel from Moss Side Firebox does a good job there, doesn't he, with the kids? Well known around Manchester and helps out Jamie Moore. I'm not sure about that hair though, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I see him, he's in a movie or something or a series. You know, playing the hard man. So he's always up. But his dad used to be the England coach when before my time, but he was the England coach with Ollie Harrison and stuff like that. So he's got good pedigree there in that corner. They all know what they're doing. They're very technical skills guys, and he's got a good team behind him there. Yeah,
I was in a gym once, and Kelvin came in to do like a masterclass, he called it. He took a break from the amateurs, and he was telling us all the old Audley Harrison stories and things. But he's got the pedigree there, hasn't he? Got Audley gets overlooked, doesn't he? But he won an Olympic gold medal. You know, you say he gets overlooked, but you know he's only lost to the top guys. He doesn't really lose to anyone up below that. Exactly. And, you know, and everyone's going. He's a test, isn't he? It's a test at the top level. So it sounds bad, but he's the test at top level. If you're going to make it, you beat him. If you're not going to make it, you get beat off him. He won a European title. It's nothing to be sniffed at, is it? It's just probably people had such high expectations. He never quite. He
won prize fighter as well. You know, great shot there. Like I said, the power doesn't go when you get caught. This kid, he can rock him. And as you said when he first come in, this other lad, he's Mr. Reliable. He doesn't ever take dives or go sleep. He's always there for the long run.
I always like Colqhoun's style. He just stays close, Joe. You know, he always likes to work in the pocket, you know, and try and make a miss and let his shots go.
Yeah, that's it. McCauley's just been caught with a brilliant right hand off Chico. You know, Chico's got to keep this pressure on his boxing very well here. He's looking really good. He's obviously hurt McCauley because McCauley keeps trying to slow the pace down and making him look. Yeah. He's done a good job there to see the end of the round.
It is true, isn't it, Joe? If they pretend we're not hurt and make a bit of a show, it means they are hurt.
Yeah, definitely. And this McCauley knows his way around the ring. He's had how many fights? You know, he knows how to get through a fight, and if he has to take that little bit of time to get a kid off his rhythm, he'll do it.
Good lad, Kevin. He was at a show in Middleton not too long ago, and he apparently had been out for a pretty big night out the night before. Was trying to get home in a taxi with a takeaway at 4 in the morning and found himself 200 miles away in a fight 12 hours later.
Well, it's one of them, mate. It's, how could McCauley have been if he took the sport serious? It's, could he have been somewhere up to the British title level or something like that? It depends how much he takes the sport serious. What could he have brought if he wasn't on that drink?
Here we go, Colqhoun just getting his timing back now. We'll call it a comeback. A year out definitely qualifies as a bit of a layoff, so he'll be happy to just got that first 3 minutes under his belt and be trying to get back into his rhythm now.
How old is Chico? He looks still very young.
Yeah, he's early 20s. I'll find out exactly for you. We don't have stat sheets here like Sky Sports. So so he's 25. Chico.
Yeah, so he's got enough time to come back. He's probably letting his body grow with that time off, and he's probably just had that time out on a break and have his time with his family and stuff, where if he's been boxing since a young kid, he would not have had that time yet.
Just letting his shots go there, McCauley. Colqhoun looked pretty comfortable, didn't he? Like in the first fight when we saw McCauley, he looked uncomfortable on the ropes, didn't he? But Colqhoun was just soaking it up there.
Yeah, definitely, and that's his experience. He's not panicking, he's had fights before, and then, well, you said to me at the start of the fight, is it like having your debut again? Well, no, he's been there before, he knows what it's all about, so he knows he can take these shots without losing a round, and then now it's his turn to work, as you've seen.
Yeah, good left up there, wasn't there? His best punch of the fight, I think.
Brilliant left up. He's just put the kid back in the shell, and now it's his turn to go through the gears. He's put him on the ropes, he's let him tire him out a little bit. McCauley looks like he's saying a couple of words to him, but that's because he's getting hurt.
What was it? I imagine Kassim was a bit of a talker in there, Joe, was he?
Kassim didn't say a peep.
Did he not?
He didn't say one word. We don't understand each other. He's from Denmark, I'm from England.
He was saying a bit beforehand, though, wasn't he?
We had a good little ruffle up before fight, but that has shown his nerves and his inexperience. And like I've said in the past, when I was there with him, I could see he was nervous of my presence. So that's it, really. This has turned out to be a cracking little fight. McCauley's come not to take things there, he's given as good as what he's given here.
You were saying experience, like Colqhoun won't forget what it's like in there. You were telling me on the phone just after the Kassim fight, your experience, you had a bit of rough and tumble at the weigh-in, but the Joe Murray of old would have gone there and then, wouldn't he? But you were calm about the whole thing and saved it.
Yeah, definitely. I knew he was nervous off me. I knew my presence was making him a bit wary off me. So when it come to it, I knew just stay nice and relaxed and let my team wind him up a little bit and let him burn nervous energy. But as it came to the fight, it's only me and him getting in there, and that's when the talking's got to go. All that talking we've done beforehand, if he doesn't perform, everyone forget about it, and it's made him look a lot worse because, like I've said on one of my videos, I've had 6.4 million views, and it's him getting knocked out, so I'm glad it's not me.
Sure to be on the list for a knockout of the year, that, Joe. If you've not seen it, look it up on YouTube. It's a tremendous fight, more than the knockout. That's all action from the word go. Bit of all action here as well. Kevin just went for a bit of a walk around there. I think he felt something. Colqhoun looked back in his groove there, didn't he?
Yeah, he's looking good. For a kid who's had a year out, he's not looking like he's tensed or anything like that. He's probably looking one of the best, sharpest I've seen him. So, Nigel and Kelvin have done great work with him now, and he's just got to get through it. How many rounds is he going this one, is it?
Yeah, it's just a 4 just to get him.
Yeah, so look at him, look at the pace in his face. He's still very happy with what he's doing. There's no panic in him, and he's good. He's not going to be long before he's pushing on for something bigger and better.
You've got a good lad in Murray's machines, Kremner, haven't you? Andy Kremner. He's been out for a long time, with his shoulder injury.
Yeah, he's got an injury.
He's going to have to go through this, isn't he, Joe? He's going to have to get back into the swing of it. And
yeah, but Kremner's got time, age on his time, on his side. He's only a young fella. He turned pro quite young, so he's just got to get back in the gym, train hard, get going, and then when he's ready, don't rush a fight. Take your time, and you got time on his side.
I always tell him, I think he hurt his shoulder picking up the burgers from Florida Fried Chicken.
Okay, he can hurt his shoulder another way. He's only just got misses. he's looking good here. He's slowed the fight down. He's putting it at his own pace. You know, he's showing how experienced he is as a pro. You know, he's not working too hard now. He's just resting and taking his time. He'll pick his shots when he's happy.
It must be a good left up there from Colqhoun, just as McCauley drops his hand. It must be a tough blow to take, that, you know, when you've been built up to 10, 11 and 0 and everything's going your way, and then they throw you in against an old head like David Barnes, you'll know him from the scene, and you just find yourself wanting, and suddenly all your momentum's gone. It must be hard to come back for a young lad. Yeah,
it definitely is hard, but, you know, no one forces us to fight. It's all down to us, and, you know, he took the fight, he was confident in the fight, and, you know, it's how a fighter comes back. It's not how they come, it's how they come back. And, you know, obviously Chico needed that little bit of time off to get his head back together, but now look at him now, he's flying here.
Hey, look, you can tell by the look on Chico's face. I hope the cameras are picking it up back there at home, but he's really concentrated. He looks, what's the word, he looks like he's engaged in it, doesn't he? You know, he's thinking about everything. He's nothing rash, no big mistakes, nothing spectacular, but he's on the ball tonight.
The thing is, you said nothing spectacular. You don't have to do nothing spectacular with this opponent. So, you know, he's doing what he has to do, but he's going through the gears. He's letting McCauley work for the first minute and a half, but look at the second minute and a half. He's going through the gears, he's tapping, he's punching. He's looking at an experienced pro in there.
McCauley just spit out a left hook and just to let Chico know he can't have it all his own way.
So you don't want to get kidded here now. McCauley's obviously looking for a rest or stuff like that. He wants to keep the work going, Obviously he's trying to rest there, so he wants to let the work go and don't worry about too much of what's coming back. You know, he's the experienced pro. Let his hands go and could take the work to him.
I'm going to assume that Colqhoun will get himself back into shape and get back down around the 140-pound division. It's one of the best in Britain at the moment, isn't it? You've got like Tyrone Nurse, Jack Catterall, Robbie Davis. So who's who, isn't it?
It's definitely a weight where he can go and do some business as well. You know, there's a lot open there. It's at the levels at a stage, and I don't think Chico's that far from that level. So, you know, get a couple of warm-up fights. He could be heading for these Tyrone Nurses and stuff like that.
Kevin doesn't look too bothered, doesn't he? Having a laugh and a joke in the corner, eh? And a spit. Unbelievable, isn't it, what these guys do every week? What a way to make a living, Joe.
What a way. It's not the way I would like to make a living, but if he's happy with it, he's happy with it. And, you know, he don't see no harm in there. Like it could go all night. You might as well just keep rolling him in. The next opponent after the next opponent.
Like the old blood tubs. They used to call them on the fairgrounds, didn't they?
That's the one. Let's see who can knock him out and you get the jackpot if you can.
Bit of a news from up in Scotland. Just while Luke and Joe were commentating, I was having a bit of a look. And Billy Joe Saunders has split up with Jimmy Tibbs apparently this week. So he's got Danny Vaughan doing his corner. Bit surprised that Jimmy took Billy to world title, and apparently there's been a split.
I'm very shocked with that, especially so close to fight. You'd do it before camp started. He has had a year out. So if he wasn't happy with Jimmy Tibbs, why has he not done it when he's had the year break? I don't get their meaning behind that. I don't.
Yeah, it got me by surprise. Danny Vaughan's doing his corner up in Scotland tonight. You're obviously recording that and watching us live on VIPboxing.tv.
Well, where's a better place to be?
Nice work there from Colqhoun. Got some good lefts into the body as well.
Something into his ear there. McCauley's getting into it. He's obviously trying to get Chico off his guard. He obviously wants a war with him. Oh, mind games. He's got to keep working. Look, he's just stopped him from working.
Exactly. He's
Very clever.
Just giving him a rest, hasn't he?
Very clever. See, he might have hurt McCauley with a body shot, and what he's done there is he's tricked him out, and now he's had 20 seconds rest.
Yeah, you can see Nigel in the corner shouting at him to get back involved. Just got lulled into McCauley's game there, didn't he?
Yeah, and this is why he's in these fights now when he's come back. Because when he's fighting someone like a Tyrone Nurse or someone like that, they'll definitely do that to get a break. See, he's rested now half this round now by just walking away and having a little talk to each other. There he goes. Now he's got
Colqhoun just needs to stay there, doesn't he? Nice shots to the body. Just picking up another little warning for use of head. The referees are being a bit harsh tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know they're obviously seeing something we're not. They're very close to us, and you know they obviously want to keep it clean and obviously calm it down a little bit. If I'm all honest, you know they don't want dirty and stuff going in the sport.
Again, that's better from Colqhoun. You know, he didn't stand off him too long there.
It is, but he's resting all the time on him.
That's the end of that. Andy Colqhoun just got the Kevin McCauley experience there.
There it is, and that's what he's got to learn. When these guys are trying to look for rest like that, he's got to keep going.
Michael Pass gets in the ring. We'll get the formalities of the scores. I think we don't need to have a guessing game on what the score's going to be. Colqhoun probably won every round there, I think. 40-36, and he's back in the winners enclosure.
He deserves that, you know. He deserves that win. It's a nice one to get him back, you know, get the ring rust off, and hopefully bigger and better things for this man now.
There we go, Colqhoun will be over the moon. His first win, God, 20 months since Colqhoun's first win, so he'll be overjoyed with that. He can relax over Christmas, get back in the gym and get his career back on track in 2017.